Hello everybody and welcome to another round of the Let's Make Felipe Massa World Champion Series. We are here for round 5 of the series at the beautiful Circuit de Catalunya in Spain for beautiful scenery, as you can see, in Barcelona, on the outskirts of Barcelona. It is light cloud conditions, so it looks like it's going to be a dry race, which is great. But Spain, obviously used for testing, but we're here for round 5 of the championship. And I want to say a massive thank you to the support on the series, guys. It has been amazing to see new people coming in and taking the series by storm, which is great. And as you guys smashed the like target in the last round in Russia, this was supposed to be a double upload on Saturday, and I thought, if I have any time this week, I'll try and stick it in. You've got Spain today, and then on Saturday will be the first 100% race of the series. So keep your eyes out for that, guys. It will be on Saturday in the afternoon. A time will be confirmed, guys, on Twitter, which you can find in the description and on the screen as well on the top right hand side. And also on Discord as well, which the mods will post in the chat if you're watching this live, of course, on YouTube. But there is Daniel Ricciardo on pole position for the first time this season. Then there is Nico Hülkenberg at the back of the field getting a 5-place grid penalty for, I have no reason why he got it, but we'll have to wait and see as well. So as we wait for the grid to take you through qualifying, which is exclusively available to those who are watching it live as well. So if you're watching this back and do not want to miss out on a great opportunity, then make sure you subscribe to the channel. But here is the grid for the 5th round of the series, and it's Ricciardo on pole with Lewis Hamilton in 2nd place. Then it's Verstappen in P3, then me in P4, who bottled it on his qualifying lap. Then it's the 2 Ferraris, then it's Bottas, who got a penalty, drops to 7th, then it's Stroll, Alonso and Perez, then it's Kvyat, then the French Baguette in P12, then Carlos Sainz and Van Dorn, then it's Magnussen and Jody and Palmer, then it's the 2 Saubers, and then it's Hülkenberg, who got a penalty, and Ocon completes the field for this race. And the 2 manners, as you can see on the screen, are on the grid, but they get disqualified at the end of the first lap, so it counts as like a realistic 2017 season, of course. So the strategy for this race, apparently it's a 2-stop, but we have got a set of the soft tyre, 2 fresh sets actually of the soft tyre, so we could maybe do something a little bit cheeky in this race, or stick with the 2-stop, which you can see on your screen right there. But before we crack on with this episode, guys, as always, we run through the setup for the Spanish Grand Prix and any other tracks as well. On your screen is the set. If you want to pause the stream, pause the video, feel free to do so. It is on your screen right now, guys, and hopefully you guys will like the setup. It's used for online league racing, multiplayer sprint races, career modes, or just a random single player mode. It's entirely up to you what you do with the setup, but it has won me the last few races in career mode on this game, and I am 100% on a streak right now of, like, any series I do on YouTube, I have won every race. So a bit of pressure's on me today to try and pick up a win here today. But the target of likes, guys, for this episode is 145 likes in this one. You guys have smashed the likes on every single round so far that we've done live, and I know you guys can do it again for the 5th time in a row, so hopefully you guys can do it. And remember, the next round, 100% in Monaco, is going to be the toughest challenge of the series so far, I've got to say. So it should be quite good, but make sure, if you're hyped for Monaco, guys, hit that like button for 100% for that one. If you guys are wondering, if you were watching in the qualifying, why we were P5 but with P4 is Bottas got a penalty, so just thought I'd clear on up there. Right now, so we're getting ourselves prepared then on the formation lap, and I think it's like 30 odd laps, I think, today. I think 33 laps is this Grand Prix, so we're in a very good position here. We're ahead of the Ferraris, which is very important, but the Red Bulls look pretty strong this time round Spain, as Ricciardo is on pole position. They've got Max ahead of us here in P3, who is in that championship fight with the 4 drivers, covered by about, what, 5 points, I think it is. So it is extremely close between the 4 drivers of myself, Bottas, my teammate Lance Stroll, and that man ahead of us there, Max Verstappen. And Hamilton in P2, who managed to actually finish a Grand Prix last time out in Russia, won the Grand Prix as well. So we'll have to wait and see how that pans out there. So Monaco might be a 5-hour stream. I don't think so as well, but it will be, I can say, guys, the Monaco stream will be after the qualifying session at this track actually, the Circuit de Catalunya. So it will be on around about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock UK time on the stream, guys. So make sure you've got that written down on a piece of paper somewhere, or you just keep it in your mind, in your mindset. So we'll have to see then as we make our way onto the grid then, as we're going to be waiting quite a little bit of time here before we kick this off right now. So let me know, guys, in the comments below who you think I should drive as for Season 2, because we're going to do maybe 3 seasons of this before we continue this on F1 2017 on the game. So it'll make it a bit more realistic, but this is the only best way to do this. So if you've got any driver in mind that you want me to do in the series, then make sure you hit that comment section right now and leave your driver of suggestion. But here we go then. Round 5 of the Let's Make Massa World Championship Series is go, and it's a very early one from Charlie Whiting there, but we have a little bit of a tyre back end sliding out a little bit there, but we're getting hopefully a bit of draft from Lewis Hamilton, who actually got past Ricciardo into turn 1. We're going to try and squeeze both Red Bulls here into out of turn 2, and we do so, moving up to 2nd place in the Grand Prix. But Hamilton has the best start of the whole entire field, as he's leading the Grand Prix now, and we're going to just have to stay and lean for a little bit and just try and stay with Lewis Hamilton, save a bit of tyre wear, and try and do a cheeky different strategy, and maybe even do 2 stops around here if it's possible, if we can last these soft tyres out as long as possible, and then use the 2nd set of soft tyres. We have got 2 sets of fresh soft tyres available to us, along with these used sets of soft tyres, so we could go very long on this stint and absolutely go ham on the set of soft tyres. And oh my lord, we nearly lost it there. What a save that was, but we lost a little mini bottle there, but it was a good save there. It could have been game over already after 1 lap, but we got away with it, as we're side by side with Verstappen going into the final sector. Got to give him some space, but we're going to hold it there on the inside, and we should hopefully get the move done on Max into this corner. He's going to get pushed out wide. We get it done, and we're back up to P3, but a chaotic lap this one, I've got to say. Good start, and then in the middle sector we just completely bottled it there. But the manager's still driving, which is quite a surprise, but I think they will be DQ'd momentarily. Here comes Max Verstappen going into turn 1, and oh, this is going to be a bit awkward going here. Oh, and the managers have not been disqualified. Hamilton's been parked, Ricciardo as well. I don't know what's going on there, but the managers haven't DQ'd, unfortunately, as Ricciardo actually is out of the Grand Prix. So this has not worked out really. I mean, all the other tracks have been fine with the drivers, but that's caused a bit of an issue, I think. Look at them there. They're all parking, and I'm surprised, really. There we go. One of the managers disqualified, and Rossi's been disqualified. So hopefully the field now will start to kick things off then. But look at them. They're all standing there. But why is there no safety car? I've put the safety car on. So I'm not 100% sure why the safety car has not come out yet, but it's a bit of a weird one. But at least the manners are out finally. But I think that's the first time I've ever seen them actually survive a lap before getting DQ'd. So a bit of an awkward one, that one, I'm not going to lie. But what can I say? The manners. No words to describe them there. But it's really made this now a 4-way scrap for the win now, unless something miracle happens here with strategy. But we'll just have to continue on. I'm not going to restart it because of that. It's not real point. It wasn't my fault. It was the AI. I just didn't know why the manager just parked it on turn 2 and just on the racing line, and it just caused an unbelievable start. Sunday drive. I wouldn't say it's a Sunday drive, Nick, because we've got Verstappen and Raikkonen for company right now. So it's going to be interesting to try and hold off Verstappen, and there was a lot of debris there, I've got to say. Raikkonen's got past Verstappen, by the way, and he's moved up now to P2 in the Grand Prix. I don't know where Stroll is. Is Stroll pitted already? But the old Lance Stroll's pitted early, I've got to say. So we've run a little bit wide, not ideal, but here comes Raikkonen. So it's like real life now, this one, this Spanish Grand Prix. If you take me out of the equation, it's like last year's race. Raikkonen and Verstappen fighting over for the win, but look at Raikkonen right on the back of us there. So we're now going to park the bus a little bit, try and hold these guys up as much as possible. The back end slides out yet again. And again, we'll have to look at the tyre wear at the minute, 35%, but here comes Raikkonen. He's going to try and go down the outside, and he's going to try and do it. No, he doesn't. He gets hung out to dry, and Verstappen very bravely goes down the inside, and they're going to go side by side, and I think Raikkonen's got that move held for now, but I'm surprised only one driver's retired from the Grand Prix, which was Ricciardo. So not ideal for Ricciardo. It was Pete, who was actually on pole and just completely just lost it and went down to second place, and then just got hit really by a Mercedes, unfortunately, a Massa, sorry. But we get fastest up, and then Raikkonen gets fastest up. Here he comes then. Raikkonen, look at the speed he's got down the main straight there, Raikkonen. We're going to try and hold it around the outside of Raikkonen. Are we going to try and do it? We've done it indeed. Very good driving there, and we get the lead of the Grand Prix, but Raikkonen's still on our inside, so we have to give him a bit of space as we get Van Dorn now getting the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. There's been a bit of wheel banging there between me and Raikkonen, but we've got it done around the outside, and we hold on to the Grand Prix as his teammate Sebastian Vettel gets the fastest lap, and then Bottas comes in with a fastest lap of 2 seconds a lap quicker than us right now. So maybe we should pit, possibly for a set of some new tyres maybe, but we'll have to wait and see. We haven't got Reese with us, unfortunately, who is my modder. Not my modder, my nice little stream strategist, so he's not here. So I might have to try something ambitious right now. But we'll have to wait and see. We could possibly try and do a 2-stop if we can. We've got, remember, 2 sets of the soft tyre completely fresh. So we did do 2 laps on these, or an out lap and then 2 laps on these. So 3 laps old these tyres before we started our qualifying. So really we've done about 7 laps on these. So that's something to definitely take into consideration for the next stint of this Grand Prix. But we're going to continue. Excuse me, I've got the hiccups today. I know we've got to use the hard tyre because I think that's the mandatory tyre. So we'll take it anyway. As Raikkonen gets past us again, we're going to try and outbrake him once again into turn 1 and try and go around the outside, which we have done. And we're going to hold it nicely and take back the lead of the Grand Prix, so at least we can outbrake better than Kimi Raikkonen, of course. But this battling is going to help the rest of the field, 4th downwards, to catch up and maybe have a cheeky battle with them. Bottas again, fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Lance Stroll comes in with the fastest lap, then a 25.3. So they're on the charge, so maybe Stroll's strategy to pit early is a good one right there. And Raikkonen's made a mistake there, and he's going to open the door for Verstappen to go for his Hamilton now. Fastest lap of the Grand Prix, so don't count out anyone yet who have pitted early in this Grand Prix. So lots of racing still to happen in this one, but at the minute it's going to be interesting right now how we get on. And we're halfway to the light goal as well, which is great to see as well. So we'll have to wait and see. Back end slides out. If you guys can smash that light target for the next, well, to continue the like streak that we've been getting already in the series, which you guys have smashed, which I'm very grateful for, of course, for you guys liking the video and supporting the channel as well with the like goal. But we're going to continue on again. Laps 5 then of this Grand Prix. Raikkonen's going to get a good run on us again, and he's bringing Max Verstappen with him as we still get another fast lap. But here comes Verstappen. He's going to try and make it 3-1, but he backs out of it. Raikkonen has a lock-up. We're going to go around the outside of him, and we get the move done again. I think this is just going to be a pattern in this Grand Prix. Raikkonen gets past on the straight, and then we will continue on. So we're going to try and get these tyres to about 60%, and then we're going to pit. So at the minute, these have done 9 laps. Well, we're on lap 9 of these tyres, so we're not done too bad for 9 laps, as we're starting to struggle a little bit. That back end sliding out a little bit, so we're going to go into lead mix and see how we get on right now as Kimi's doing the Bois challenge. Yes, he is. He is indeed doing the Bois challenge in this Grand Prix. But the top 3 still with us battling, which is good to see. At least everyone, or most of the drivers, got out of it, of course. But we're just trying to defend here as much as possible and hold off the Ferraris and the Red Bulls in this Grand Prix. Well, 1 Ferrari and 1 Red Bull. But nowhere to be seen is the field. There is 4th place, just coming up to the DRS activation point. So they're not far behind, of course, but they have pitted a lot earlier, so they may be doing 4 stops or even 3 stops in this Grand Prix. We'll have to keep an eye on that. But we're going to still continue. So I think Raikkonen's going into the pits. So Raikkonen is the first man then to make a pit stop then out of the top 3. We're going to continue on for at least another lap, and then we're going to pit for our pit stop, of course. So not too bad then. Lots of debris on the track though, so we've got to be careful of that debris so we don't get a puncture which would be horrible to have considering what we've got right now, our scenario, as Carlos Sainz is in 3rd place on those medium compound tyres. So Sainz doing a good job there in the purple Toro Rosso, so definitely got to keep an eye on Sainz in this Grand Prix if he's going to go long on his set of the medium compounds. Remember, we have got 2 fresh sets of soft tyres to play with. So my plan is to go on to another set of soft tyres, a nice spanking set, which could probably take us to 10 laps, I think, on those tyres, and another set of soft tyres, and then maybe go on to the mediums to the end of the Grand Prix potentially. So we'll have to wait and see how we crack on there. So Kimi's going to undercut you. I'm not too bothered because I think Raikkonen's going to be going on a slower tyre than us, so we can really go for it on the soft tyres. But we're going to come in then at the end of this lap, and I think Max Verstappen's going to be joining us. So we're going to make our way in as we do D in the pit, and so does Max Verstappen as well. So we're going to try and get ahead of him here if we can. And in we go. So hopefully this should be a good stop. Max is right there. And I think he's going to outfox us here. Oh no, we're not. We're going to hopefully get ahead of him here. Come on boys, get me a good stop there. Very good stop there, and I think they're jumping on the soft tyres as well for Max Verstappen. So me and Max on the same strategy now, right now. And there goes Carlos Sainz, but where's Raikkonen in all this? I have no idea. I think he's going to overtake us. He is indeed, and he's on the medium compound tyres. So that's not too bad really of a undercut for Raikkonen, to be fair, in our perspective. We only lost really about half a second, I think, in that pit stop, so not too bad on the in lap. So I've got to say, on worn tyres, that's not too bad of a deficit for us. And Verstappen's really the big loser, considering he's lost out there. As you can see on the mini-map, there he is. So he's not far behind, but he's about 2 seconds, I would say, behind us at the minute. But we can really attack now against Raikkonen. And we've got Carlos Sainz as well, who is leading the Grand Prix then for Toro Rosso. So hopefully you can get your cameras out and save that moment now that Sainz is leading a Grand Prix. As we've got DRS as well on Raikkonen, which is very important for us. So we're just going to take it nice and easy into the hairpin. On the throttle, nice and calmly. Don't be losing that back end around here. Getting very close now to Kimi. Come into the final couple of corners then to start lap 9 of this Spanish Grand Prix here for the Let's Make Massa World Champion Series. Make sure you've found already, guys, to hit that like button, as the target is 145 likes for this video, and also subscribe if you haven't already and turn notifications on if you want to see some more action. Look at the slipstream we've got on Raikkonen. We're going to go past him and move up to 2nd place, as we're going to be now hunting down Carlos Sainz, who is in that Toro Rosso on the medium compound tyres, who has not made a pit stop yet. As our teammate, actually, I forgot to mention, is behind, as Lewis Hamilton, fastest lap of the Grand Prix, right there, as we've gone purple by, look at that, a second already on a nice fresh set of soft tyres there. We're going to try and pressure Sainz into a mistake, but he's doing very well, defending very nicely. He's going to have a little bit of issue on exit with the traction of those medium tyres. We're going to go down the inside, thank you very much, and we move into the lead of the Spanish Grand Prix. We're going to get a little bit of a poor exit, and Sainz is going to stay with us. He is going to get DRS as well down this back straight. We've gone a little bit wide than I would have liked, but we can hopefully now pull a gap now to Raikkonen, and obviously we may have to do one more pit stop then Raikkonen in this Grand Prix, but we'll have to see how long these soft tyres can go for before we make our final stop, if we are going to do a 2-stop on the hard tyres and go as long as possible on them, of course. So if we do 10 laps on these, that would be a great achievement, and then it gives a bit of confidence that we can maybe last the hard tyre to the end of the Grand Prix and do that 2-stop strategy. So we'll have to wait and see. John Barber, thank you for subscribing as well, as unfortunately we didn't get the fastest lap on there, as Verstappen beat us by 0.3 of a second. But here comes Raikkonen down the inside, and there's a bit of traffic, so he's backed out of it, and it's Nico Hülkenberg, the first man going to lap in this Grand Prix, and he backs out of it there completely and holds up Raikkonen as well. So that's actually a great sigh of relief there for us, as Hülkenberg can hold up Raikkonen just for a teeny weeny bit right now, as we're going to try and pull away now. And so we did set the fastest lap, which is definitely encouragement, as the blue flags are waving behind us. So for Hülkenberg to let the likes of Verstappen and obviously Verstappen as well to let Hulkenberg let Raikkonen and Verstappen through. I don't know why I said that. That's a bit of a flop there for me. Got a little bit of a tanky there, but we're not too bad at the minute. As long as we can get to maybe lap 16 to 18, we are definitely on course for a one-stop in this race. Blue flag, of course. Back end slides out there, a little bit too cheeky early on the throttle there, so Raikkonen's going to be still with us. So maybe the softs aren't really the best tyre to be on in this Grand Prix, so definitely something to think about maybe later on as well. But we're going to get the hards ready, but Raikkonen really doing a fantastic job on those medium tyres as he's gone past us and will take the lead of the Grand Prix once again. As we're going to try and hook it around the outside again, and we have done. What a move that was on Raikkonen. We take back the lead of the Spanish Grand Prix, but maybe the softs aren't really the tyre to be on at the minute. And may have maybe gone a different strategy, obviously to Raikkonen, of course. We want to try and do something a bit different. Bottas now fastest lap of the Grand Prix, 24.4 for the Finnish driver. And what did I say? The drivers who are behind, obviously with the calamities with the manners, they could come back here. You never know, there's yellow flags out at turn 1 and 2. I'm not too sure who that is for. But obviously Raikkonen has a lot to prove, considering he had a retirement on the penultimate lap of the Grand Prix last time out in Russia. So that's obviously, he doesn't want that again. But we're going to try and defend now from Raikkonen in this final sector. And we've done very well to defend there, as I think we've got Pascal Wehrlein next to lap in this Grand Prix in the Sauber. Too cheeky early, yes. It's another quote you can put into the cards game, Lucas, if you so wish. So Raikkonen's trying to go around the outside of us into the chicane. A bit of a bold move there from Raikkonen, and it has paid dividend as Verstappen now up to P2. And they're going to go side by side, actually, down the main straight. So we're going to watch this back. No one's really ahead of us, so we're going to keep an eye on who wins this drag race between the Red Bull and a Ferrari. And I think it's Verstappen holding on just about there. Jeff's giving me a bit of a strategy call, so we're going to look at that. Keep current. So we could switch on to another set of soft tyres, but we're not. We're going to carry on. I'll go look at the tyres quickly, actually. 31% already. Jesus, they're going quite quickly on the front left. But it's not too bad. We're going to carry on. It's just going to bring people back into contention now, of course. Don't forget Sainz as well in the Grand Prix. He's doing a fantastic job for Toro Rosso. If he can still hang it out there on those medium tyres and do a one-stop would be quite ridiculous. But a lot of you, of course, are AOR drivers, so you can have a nice indicator of how the tyres will last in the Grand Prix. So if you're an AOR, get your pen and paper out and just write notes on what you think is the best strategy call for us. If you are doing this in AOR. And obviously the AOR will be broadcasted again on the channel on Sunday at Spain. Of course it has to be, because you guys absolutely smashed it in the broadcast for China. It was one of the most viewed videos as well. The Human Pokedex has brought his girlfriend with him to the stream, which is a first for someone, as Verstappen's took the lead of the Grand Prix, as he's going to try and win this one as he did last time out. And Wehrlein, I don't know what Wehrlein's doing, but we lose the lead of the Grand Prix thanks to Verstappen doing a good move, to be fair. And then we just got trying to go on the outside of Verstappen, but with Pascal Wehrlein there, just nowhere to go. And unfortunately, we lose the lead of the Grand Prix to Max Verstappen. So Max can attack now on those soft tyres compared to us, as we're going to just have to try and hold on to him as much as possible right now. So it's a bit unfortunate that happened, but we've got to take it on the chin. We've got to now focus on trying to keep up with Max or attack him, of course, in the next few laps, while our tyres are starting to go off, of course. So we'll have to wait and see. So come into this final sector. Not my favourite sector, and the AI are ridiculously quick, and you just can't do anything. Even if you push it so much, the AI will have you completely in this last sector, of course. So into the final couple of corners we go then, to start another lap then of this Spanish Grand Prix. We've gone a bit too deep into the final chicane, and it just gives Verstappen a little bit of hope to pull away, but we've got DRS thankfully on him, and we're going to deploy that right now to try and close that gap down, and it will also help us defend from Kimi Räikkönen behind as well, which is not too bad. We're going to brake into turn 1 once again, missing that curb completely, which is completely fine. As we saw in qualifying, take too much of it and you will lose the back end, so you don't want to be doing that, and there's a bit of advice to you there. Onto the Astro, not ideal as well, as you just saw. The back end slid out there a little bit, but nothing too major. As we go on to lap 14 then, coming up to halfway in this Grand Prix. Remember, lap 17 is the target, I think, for us to do this strategy of the hard tyres, of course, so if we can get somewhere around there, that will be fantastic. As we've got 45% on the tyres. We use the DRS, thankfully. I think our tyres are starting to go off as Raikkonen's now back in the fray right now. Oh, and Verstappen's out of the Grand Prix, lads, and he's blown it right in front of us as well. Max Verstappen is out of the Spanish Grand Prix in dramatic fashion, right in front of us as well. Never seen that right up close and personal, but Verstappen, the big shock then out of the Grand Prix already. So both Red Bulls are out of the Spanish Grand Prix, and that is going to help us massively for the Constructors' Championship right there. But anyway, back to the action. Raikkonen's going to pass us again and move back up to the lead of the Grand Prix right now. But holy smokes, I've never seen that before right in front of me. You can do it, of course, but I've never seen it like that. Oh, we go a little bit too deep into the corner, so Raikkonen's going to go good run on us here. So I've never seen that before. I've seen it obviously like when you watch it back, but I've never seen it like right in front of me. Right there, so a bit of a scary one, that one, I've got to say. So Hamilton into P3 then in this Grand Prix, so props to Hamilton. Doing a good job there. So let's get a driver of the day Max Verstappen in the chat right now. A hashtag DOTD Verstappen in the chat right now, guys. Let's get that going. As we run a little bit wide. I think these tyres are gone right now. Raikkonen's going to try and go down the inside of us. Going to try and hook it round the outside. Can we do it? We do indeed. Just about, but he's still with us there. Is Raikkonen. We're going to hold it down the inside, and we hold it. Oh, back end went out there. Just a little bit. We're going to go for one more lap, and then we're going to pit. So will Raikkonen pit? The answer is no. He's staying out for another lap. But I've got to say, this is very exciting racing here. Engine of the day confirmed. I think we do agree right there. But Raikkonen again, going to try and get past us down the straight, but we're going to hold it around the outside again. We've been very good on the outside at turn 1 to hold the lead of the Grand Prix, but Raikkonen's still with us there. And the question is, do we go onto the hards now and try and go to the end of this race on a set of the hard tyres? It can possibly be done, as we're now halfway into this Grand Prix. So we've done pretty well to get nearly 9-10 laps out of these tyres. So it's not too bad on our front there. But the front left's had a lot of beating there, 61%, compared to the right-hand side of the car, 42%. So the tyres have taken a beating in this Grand Prix. But they're holding on nicely. No punches, of course, which isn't too bad. But Raikkonen's coming back again. We've gone a little bit too deep, though. Raikkonen's going to try and make the move, but he backs out of it, actually, which is quite a surprise, I've got to say. But we're going to be boxing then this lap for a set of the hard tyres to get us hopefully to make. Actually, you know what? We'll do another lap. We'll go one more lap, then we'll pit for a set of the hard tyres and try and get them to the end of the Grand Prix. Raikkonen's staying out again, so we're going to go one more lap and then we'll definitely pit for some hard tyres. As here comes Raikkonen again, using that slipstream, and he's going to take back the lead once again. We're going to follow him, actually. He's going weaving about there, is Kimi. We're going to try and do what we do best. We're side by side with Raikkonen there, nearly making contact with the Finnish driver. I'm going to try and do a switchback if we can on Raikkonen, getting a little bit of dirty F from him though, not ideal. We've got a bit of slipstream. We're going to try and make the move down the inside of Raikkonen into turn 4. And are we going to get it done there? He's still with us by the blinking arrow, of course, indicating he's right there and he's going to try and hook it around the inside now, braking late for the corner. But we're going to try and hold it around the outside. We are still side by side going into the next corner here. And are we going to hold it around the outside here? We are actually going to try and hold it there. What a move that is what a move that is. Let's get some hype in the chat for that overtake there, lads. A little bit of a screen FPS issue there that I noticed. So not ideal, but what a lap this has been for battling between me and Raikkonen. And he's still side by side with us as we finally get ahead of the Finnish driver there of Kimi Raikkonen. But what a battle that was on this lap, and we are finally going to be boxing then for our second stop in this Grand Prix as Jeff is on the blower already to tell us that we're going to be coming in. Confirm change. So we're going to box this lap then off these soft tyres and jump onto a cheeky set now of the hard compound tyres. But what a battle that is, I've got to say. Van Dorm, lads, up to P3. We will be P2 in a minute as we will box then. Onto the hard compound tyre we go. We've got 16 laps to go in this Grand Prix. Can we make them last? Is a question. We'll have to wait and see, but we have got the softs available as well for us. As here is our teammate, actually, Lance Stroll. Just ahead of him we are, so not too bad, but he will be quicker than us as he's on the medium compound tyres. The hards, not a fan of, but they can get us to the end of the Grand Prix, I think, so that's why we're jumping on them now. So hopefully these can get us to the end. It's all about what tyre Raikkonen goes on is the question when he pits. If he pits at the end of this lap, if he pits of course, and goes into the hard compound tyres, then that's a bit of a sigh of relief. If it doesn't, then we've got to be thinking about what tyre to go on next, and I think it may be the soft tyre again. Another fresh set of softs for the end of the race, when we've got a little bit less fuel and we can do some qualifying runs on that tyre. But Lance Stroll in P5, so we're P4 in this Grand Prix, so we're only 8 seconds behind Valtteri Bottas, who is in that final podium position, who is tied on points with us in the championship, remember, if you guys just joined us. It is very close overall in terms of that Drivers' Championship, and the Constructors we are putting away at the minute. So it looks like it's going to be another good points finish here for Williams, thanks to Red Bull's demise with the double retirement, as actually Stroll is in the pits. Raikkonen has pitted as well, and he is on the hard tyres now. So I think we can get to the end on these. We'll have to wait and see, as Raikkonen, unfortunately, as you can see, is already pulled a gap to us. So that's not ideal, but we've got to take it on the chin and just attack him while he's getting those tyres up to temperature, is Kimi. So we've got to really push now, as I think Lewis Hamilton, will lead the Grand Prix with his teammate Bottas in second place. But Raikkonen put off a worldie in lap there. I've got to give him that. So it's a bit disappointing from us about our outlap not being as good, but we just got to hopefully now catch up to Kimi and try and get past him as quickly as possible. But the back end slides out again. Not ideal, but it's getting a lot of oversteer on this setup. So not what I want, but the gap now 1.6 seconds to Kimi. Not what I want. Okay, lost 7 tenths there on that lap. We've just got to just pray now that Raikkonen comes up to some traffic or something and we can just close that gap down. So this is not what I wanted, but the Ferraris have been pretty good on race pace compared to us. I think our setup is more for qualifying than it is for the race, but you never know, as I think that's a Mercedes in the pits. I'm not too sure who is that, but we're up to P4 now, and it was Grosjean actually. So Romain Grosjean came into the pits. He's in the Haas as well, he's already there, so that's not bad. Hamilton's pitted as well. It actually could have been in Hamilton actually. I think it was Lewis Hamilton who pitted for the hard tyres. Right there, so now we're in a little bit of a sticky wicket situation right now, where Raikkonen's pulled out a gap to us, unfortunately, just not working these hard compound tyres for us. So just thought 2-stop would be ideal. I think that's what Raikkonen's plan was. So we're going to get to the end of the Grand Prix on those tyres would be quite impressive. So So Bottas still to make a pit stop. And I think Van Dorn as well has to make a pit stop as well. So the gap 2.7 now. Hamilton 4 seconds behind. So Hamilton on a little bit of a recovery drive right now from the calamities he had on the second lap with the two Manor drivers. But do remember, guys, if you just joined us, we are going to be doing 100% at Monaco on Saturday for the latest round, as both Bottas and I think it's Van Dorn are in the pits, and we're now back to P2, second place, as Raikkonen is starting to put out a gap, unfortunately, which is not what I want, but we'll take a podium, which is ideal for us. And as it stands, we will lead the championship regardless. As long as we're ahead of Bottas, we are going to take the lead, officially take the championship back again, which is not too bad, of course. So going into the middle sector we go, where we have been quick over the AI, so that's something to take away, of course. Still, we maybe see a surprise and them pitting again for soft compound tyres. We could be wrong, but we have to wait and see. As we run a little bit wide there. Not what we want. But make sure, if you haven't already, guys, to go and join us on the Discord if you want to get involved with that. Then the mods will post it in the chat and you can join us. It's completely free to join, where we're going to do a lot of game nights. We do some discussions. Also launching, if you guys did not see the stream earlier, we will be launching a little session, like a conference session, where you guys can come in if you want. It's going to be a weekly thing, once a week. And if you've got any questions about YouTube that you want me to help you out with, advice or anything you're stuck on. So if you want to join us, then the post the link will be posted in the chat by the moderators, and you can join us if you want to. It's a nice way, it's a nice chilled out environment, it's a nice community that I've built up from the ground up, which is great to do, and it's not many YouTubers do it. This Discord server where you guys can get more closer to us YouTubers, and it's a nice way to just sit down away from the videos and just have a laugh with you guys, if that makes any sense. So here comes Lewis Hamilton. So I think the Williams is not really good on the hard tyres, I think. We are in lean as well, which doesn't help, but I'm just saving a little bit of fuel for some degradation on the rear tyres, of course. So we're going to have to now attack. Now, as Hamilton's starting to get a little bit quick now. Luckily for us, though, Raikkonen ahead's in traffic, which is good for us, I think. So hopefully we can close that gap down a tiny bit. I think it's Jody and Palmer next. I think I saw a black car, which I think is the Renault, which could be actually a car we drive in maybe in the future for a series. So keep your eyes out for that, guys, if you want that. Back end slides out a little bit, come up to the line. The gap now, I have no idea because the gap just didn't appear, but Lewis Hamilton then on the charge now, as Bottas as well, his teammate now, the fastest man on the track. So I think we absolutely suck on these hard compound tyres. We just can't break into the 124s, which the AI are doing, especially the Mercedes drivers, which is not handy for me as well. But the gap's 5 seconds now to Raikkonen. Hamilton is right on the back of us now with 11 laps to go. So we're going to be under pressure a little bit. We've ran wide as well, and here comes Lewis. He's getting very tasty. He wants to make that pass and move up to second place on his recovery from the incident he had with the manners of Rossi and Harrianto. Obviously don't make any odds because they get DQ'd. Hamilton, he's pushing us actually. I think Lewis Hamilton just pushed us down the straight, and he actually just runs a little bit wide. We just lose the back end. Hamilton gets through and takes second position. So we're starting to drop down the field. So I think we are starting to struggle now. I think it's not what we want, but we just got to take it on the chin, really. We just can't. I just can't get any grip in these hard tyres. I just think we just haven't got the grip right now. So we could maybe switch. onto the soft tyre? I don't know, but we're struggling, I think, on these hard tyres, which is not ideal for myself, but it's either we pit for softs and just go on an all-out attack and close them down quickly, because the soft to the hards is obviously a massive gap, or we just have to follow suit and follow Hamilton, as Hamilton may potentially catch up to Raikkonen in this Grand Prix, so we just have to just follow him, or we pit. So let me know in the comments, guys, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to pit or follow Hamilton here in this Grand Prix? But give me your thoughts, guys. Well, I've got to say, keeping up with Hamilton, though, is not too bad. So this could work, actually. As we've gone purple in the middle sector as well. So I think this is actually working, staying behind Lewis. Just following what he does and seeing if we can do anything to close that gap. The Mercedes have been the quickest of all in this Grand Prix, so maybe this is the strategy that we should have done. Really, just let Hamilton through and then we just follow him as well. We're not great in the final sector, but we can just use the DRS to catch up, of course. Back end slides out, get the slipstream, so we're going to close it down. We're now into the 24s, which is not too bad, and the slipstream's going to help us as well. Close that gap down to Lewis Hamilton. We get it done just about. We do indeed. If we go through, just got to stay within a second of Hamilton, and it's going to help us massively. And again, we go purple in the first sector. Definitely what we want. It's just to stay within a second. Know that the Mercedes have been quick overall, so I said that twice in a lap, so it's a bit annoying. The tyres, there's the tyres for you guys if anyone's interested. And I think we'll be fine. So 14%, 22%. We should be fine, Lambrex, to the end of the Grand Prix on these tyres. So nothing to worry about them. As long as we can just really follow Lewis, we should be fine. But Bottas isn't catching. I think he's got a pit again. Does Valtteri. He's on the medium compound tyres. I don't think he's going to get to the end on those tyres. But you never know. Get on the power straight away. Short shift helps a little bit. So we're now into the 24.5s and we're closing in now on Lewis Hamilton very rapidly, nearly hitting 220 miles an hour there. Very close to hitting the 220 barrier, which is ridiculous around this track especially. But we're closing in then. As long as we stay with Lewis Hamilton, we could have a chance here. A slim chance of victory if Raikkonen gets into traffic. That's going to be the main factor here, as Lewis and Hamilton's coming up to the back of fellow Englishmen, Jody and Palmer in that Renault, which is going to help me a little bit, but we'll have to wait and see. And I think that is, I don't know who that is overhead. I think it could be the other Sauber of Marcus Ericsson. We'll have to wait and see. Just took a little bit too much speed. Nearly lost it there. Palmer's going to not do us a favour here, as we just have to take a very risky move dive bomb there, and we get it done amazingly. Get that job done, but it may affect us here of getting DRS on Lewis Hamilton, which is not ideal, but we'll have to wait and see. Raikkonen's coming up to the final corner, and it's a pink Force India, so we took too much there on the curb, which is going to cost us here out of the final corner, and we don't get DRS unfortunately, but Palmer's going to try and do a cheeky move here in that Renault. We know it's a quick car in a straight line, the Renault, but he best not make us spin, and he doesn't, so thankfully he is out of the way, and we've only got 7 to go. But that little moment there has just cost us there. Hamilton around the outside of Ocon, which is quite an impressive move there from Hamilton, so fair play. We lock up the front left there as we're just trying to get past Ocon here, who actually is going to let us through very early, so thank you very much Esteban for that. So fair play to you, sir, for letting us through. So we're just going to have to push now. Raikkonen's in more traffic up ahead. What's the gap then? 1.4 to Lewis Hamilton with only a few more laps to go. It's either we settle for P3, because I think Bottas has to pit again, otherwise we're going to be in a bit of an issue if he isn't, and we may drop out of the podium positions, which is not what I want, of course. But as long as we stay ahead of Valtteri Bottas, we will lead the Drivers' Championship, and the gap is 3.4, as I think that's Palmer in the pits, so Palmer's making this final stop. Someone saying pit for softs, not ideal. Really now, we'll drop down the field, and we've only got 6 laps. It's not ideal now. If it was 2 laps ago and we were losing a shed load of time, then maybe we'll take a gamble, but just not worth it now. Not worth pitting now. Run a little bit wide. Also as well, I'm going to be making an announcement over on the Discord after this. If you guys missed out yesterday, I gave a little bit of a tease, but I'm going to be revealing my new series on the channel next week on Discord after the stream. So if you want to see the announcement, make sure you haven't already, check out the Discord and sign up. It's completely free of charge as well, and you can meet other members of the community, members of fans of Formula 1 as well, and it's a great way to get you guys to get more interactive with myself. And it's just a great way for that YouTuber subscriber relationship a little bit. So that's why I created the Discord, for you guys to come along and have a laugh and then just have a little bit of a chill as well. So Raikkonen starts lap 29 of this race. We're coming up to the line, still in the low 25s, and Bottas is slowly catching us. But I'm pretty sure he has to pit for softs. He has to. Otherwise, he's going to be doing a brilliant strategy there from Mercedes, but we're not thinking about that for the time being. Our focus is trying to hold on from Bottas. Right now, and who's that? Is that Ericsson? It is Marcus Ericsson. Hamilton's gone now. Getting a little bit of oversteer. Not going to help us. And again, snap there. Not the best, but it's not what we want. Get on the power. Hopefully we may get DRS here. We do get DRS on Ericsson, so that's a bit of a sigh of relief in terms of our battle now with Bottas, which I think is the main priority for us to try and defend from, as I think Hamilton now is starting to get the hammer down. So Hamilton on a little bit of a recovery then. First 3 races of the season, if you didn't know, he retired from the Grand Prix. 3 DNFs. Oh, and Ericsson, what are you doing there? Letting me through at that point, not the best. So on to lap 30 then, 4 laps to go in this race. Look at Valtteri Bottas, he's getting very close as well. Tomorrow's video, I won't be here, so I can't stream, unfortunately, because I'm out up in Sheffield. So I've got a video lined up for you guys tomorrow at 6 PM. It's the Nations Cup. So I'm looking forward to bringing you that, guys. A little bit wide. Bottas there, all over the back of us now on those medium compound tyres. We've just got to defend for dear life now from Valtteri, who I'm sure definitely, I think, needs a pit. Otherwise, he's going to pull off a really good pit strategy here. We'll have to wait and see. But Valtteri on the Mercedes. Oh, this is not what I wanted. And this would affect the championship as well. Whoever finishes ahead of the other is going to lead the championship going to Monaco on Saturday. Who's going to win this battle between me and Valtteri? Valtteri's got a good exit as well. He squeezes a little bit off the track. We're going to try and hold around the outside, going into the chicane. We've got the inside line, but this is going to put off a bit of a worldy move, but he backs out of it, and we're going to hold on just to the lead of the Grand Prix. Hamilton is on the charge as well. He's right on the back of Kimi Raikkonen now, as we're going to have to defend from Valtteri. He's going to try and follow us, so we're going to stay on our favourite outside line. But just look at the speed difference he's got compared to us. Bottas. I'm going to try now break him once again. We do so, round the outside we go, and we're going to hold off him for now with 3 laps to go in P3. So this is getting very exciting right now. Make sure you're ready, guys. Hit that like button if you want to see more of this series, and hype up for Monaco as well by hitting that like button as well. The target's 145 likes, remember, as well, if you want to see more of this series, guys. The more likes, the more videos of this series I will bring out for you guys. So make sure as well you subscribe to the channel and hit the notifications so you don't miss out on an opportunity to watch these races live, and you won't miss out, of course, on qualifying as well, which is only exclusively available to those who are watching this live right now. If you're watching this back and you want to see the qualifying, make sure you subscribe and keep an eye on your notifications by turning them on so you get notified of when we start streaming on the channel. And as always, make sure you join us on Discord as well. We've got a game night after this as well, so you guys can come along and play some games with myself. It could be F1, could be something completely different. And it's just a nice way to just have a chilled out environment after a stream. But Bottas now with DRS is going to easily take us with 2 laps to go. We have to attack him now with the slipstream, but he's just too quick in a straight line. It's Bottas. We're going to make some little bit of contact there, and we've made a collision with him, but we have to let him through, unfortunately, because it was a deemed illegal overtake, so Bottas has to go through, and we've just made contact with him. But it's the perfect scenario, really. And don't tell, oh my god, we're going to lose position to Vettel. We're actually going to lose position to Vettel. What have I just done? Right there. And that, we've bottled completely right there, lads, by letting Valtteri through. We just lost it there to Sebastian Vettel, and we're down to P5. Van Dorm's in P6 is a bit bizarre, but Ocon and Ericsson best get out of the way very quickly, as Ocon's glued himself to the side of my car, and we're just dropping off now. Obviously with the damage on the front left there, we did the right thing and let him through, of course. Valtteri Bottas, we had to let him through, otherwise there would be a little bit of moaning in the chat regarding giving the place back. So I did the gentleman's thing, and then we just lost it completely, and Vettel got through, unfortunately. But Raikkonen still leads then on the last lap then he goes in this Grand Prix, and as it stands, Bottas will lead the championship going to Monaco on Saturday. So not ideal this is, and we've got to defend from Ocon, but there is an orange McLaren coming up on us, which is not ideal. This is not ideal for me, being in the middle of 2 drivers fighting for, I think it's for 15th place, is not ideal. But that Van Dorm is coming for us, I've got to say. And are we running out of fuel? We are running out of fuel as well. This could be an interesting last lap here, but it's going to be maybe Kimi Raikkonen winning this Grand Prix, or Lewis Hamilton will win this Grand Prix. But we are struggling now. We've got no front, we've got no end plate on the front, the left-hand side of the car. It's just not what we want, but points is going to be the important factor here for us. And maybe we could have done a little bit something different. We shouldn't have gone the hard tyres, maybe. Just haven't worked for us in this race, which is a bit of a disappointment for us on our end. And I think we should be fine, as Ocon has actually made contact with us on the last lap of the Grand Prix. Ocon, what are you doing? And we may lose out here to Van Dorm, but oh, what was going on there with Ocon? He just punted the back of us, and then we just lost it. That is annoying, but Raikkonen's going to win the Grand Prix. Hamilton, I think, got fastest lap, but we should be okay to hold off Van Dorm here on the last corner of this race. And we're going to come home, I think, in P5, but it's going to be close, actually, between us and Van Dorm, and we just hold on for P5. But oh my god. Oh dear, I've got to say, what was Ocon doing on that last lap? I have no idea. But Ferrari are race winners, as Raikkonen on the top step of the podium right there. So fair play to him. There's Bottas, who will lead the championship going forward to Monaco then, next time out on the series. But that's disappointing from us. And there's Perez coming home in P10. as well. Gutierrez hit you. It wasn't Gutierrez. It was Ocon, of course. But there's the podium. Hamilton, I've got to give him props, really. Lewis Hamilton for coming back from his incident on the end of the first lap. So fair play to him. Raikkonen, top step. There he is. But somehow we held off Van Dorm, of course. So the champagne flies. And all we've got to do now is put it behind us. And now we have to focus then on the next round in Monaco as well. So we'll take you through the grid, the results quickly, and then we'll check the light goal. And as I think we're just slightly off, unfortunately, of the target. So the streak may be over, lads. So you have got time to get at least 32, about 32 likes by the end of this stream if you want to see more of this series. But anyway, the results then. Raikkonen wins by only 0.6 of a second from Lewis Hamilton. Then it's Valtteri Bottas in P3. Then it's Vettel in P4. We drop down, unfortunately, to P5. Lance Stroll in P6. Then it is Lance Stroll in P7. Then it's Grosjean in 8th. Carlos Sainz in 9th. And Perez will complete, in the top 10 of the field there. And the rest of the field, guys, is on your screen right now. So if you see any of your favourite drivers, you're about to find out. And the two retirees are both Red Bulls in this race. Max Verstappen and Daniel Ricciardo, unfortunately. That's a disappointment for any fans of Red Bull. But it actually helps us in the Constructors, which you'll see momentarily right there. As we're going to look at that standings right now. We lose the lead, unfortunately, but it's only 5 points. So it's not too bad of a deficit right there. So we're 5 points behind Bottas as it is. And Stroll is comfortably now in P3. Verstappen's retirement means Vettel now moves up to P4 in the standings. Hamilton and Raikkonen move themselves up as well. And Van Dorm just outside the top 10 as well in 11th place. And we'll go through the rest of the field for you as Verline, Hulkenberg, Palmer and Ericsson are the four actually drivers who are still yet to score. Actually 5 drivers actually with Kvyat as well. That's there. In the Constructors, we're only 11 points now ahead of Mercedes as Red Bull plunged from 2nd to 4th thanks to Mercedes and Ferrari's pretty good dominance right now. As driver of the day from Franklin is Max Verstappen. I think we agree on that one. So we're going to wrap it up there, lads, for this episode of the Let's Make Massa career mode. Hopefully we smashed the light target, guys. I checked about 5 minutes ago. Hopefully you guys have smashed it. If you're close, then I will say fair play to you guys. But we'll be back tomorrow for a brand new video. It won't be a stream because I'm not here, unfortunately. But there is a video on the channel, so keep your eyes out for that, guys. We're up around about 6 o'clock, I think. So we'll have to wait and see on there. And Kian, I think you're going to get kicked for offensive words there. So saying it's a dying channel. If you've seen it recently, we've been growing. So I think you can take that back, mate. So anyway, we'll see you on Saturday for the next round then of this Let's Make Massa career mode. It will be at Monaco. It will be 100%. It will be on around about 3-4 o'clock UK time. But I'll let you guys know on Twitter and in Discord as well. But keep it on your subscription feeds. But until next time, guys, make sure if you're ready to subscribe if you want more of the series. But until next time, guys, have a great day. And I shall see you guys very soon for a brand new video. Until then, it's goodbye for me, lads, and have a good night.